I decide for act on this now? I mean, cracking down on security agencies who are unlicensed.
Okay. The Office of National Security by law now get the mandate for give licenses and regulate the conduct of all private security companies who operate at the shores of Sierra Leone. And that mandate they come under Section 31, subsection 1 of the National Security and Central Intelligence Act of 2023. And over the period since they established we even in 2002, we don't play some kind of a role for regulate the conduct of all private security companies who they operate at the shores of Sierra Leone. But quite recently, we reviewed the act there because some challenges have been there in terms of that we mandate they will get. But before we come out with a press release, a public notice, we get extensive engagement with all private security companies. The one that we don't regularize, the one that we not regularize their status. And I wish to inform the public, say, the licenses for private security companies, now yearly then they renew them. Where they begin to operate, they get certain threshold we for meet before they even give the clearance for register and operate as a private security company, whether as a class A1 or class B private security company as alone. We don't meet all of the requirements, going through all of the due processes. Then the Office of National Security now will be the final part to say you get registered and be given a license for operate. And where we give you license, we for regulatory conduct and monitor which you do in country in terms of the critical role that they play. Because the role where private security companies that they play in one way they complement the efforts of mainstream security sector institutions. And they provide security for private entities or government agencies or international bodies, whether they're embassies, consulates, as the case may be. And that role they play, like I say, a very cardinal to peace and development, a very cardinal to security, that's alone. Then it provide the role we go prevent crime, we go detect crime, and we go even provide support to security sector institutions where they do enforcement or even investigations. But because we notice, say, they one day within at that list day, they don't fail for regularize in terms of renewing their license. Now that make we come out with a press release for inform them that they're in default of that law.
Is there any possible security consequences we go there if they are operating without the necessary approval?
Very serious ones, because it could be a loose cannon. The role where private security companies and they play in one way very, very cardinal, to the extent that if they are left unregulated, they can be transformed and used into something very, very dangerous. Then at the worst case scenario, where they follow international trend, private security companies can even be transformed into rebellious groups, and can be transformed into groups that we go cause a whole lot of problems. It can be misused by, they can be used by people that we don't mean well for the security of a state. But beyond that, the people who they establish the companies themselves, not only they physically can provide the services, they employ guards armed in a way, not armament with the guns, but they get some kind of implement that they use for we own context. If you not get somebody where they checkmate the activities, then go bring all kind of jack and jail. We go provide services, we go endanger the very peace and security of the clients that we then supposed to provide support for. Because like we say, their own role is more limited to providing security within a confinement, whether in a mining environment, whether in a banking structure, whether in a government building or an embassy as the case may be. But their own role only they within the confines of that environment they. Then go only support national efforts if na one now we get for do it investigations. So one they will jeopardize the security of the state if they are not registered. Secondly, they will also they dupe the country of much needed resources which government go want for service, government projects. Then beyond that, they also employ Sierra Leoneans. If they are not checkmated, they are not regulated, they go follow all of the due processes. We go bring calm respite to the people who they work for them.